Welcome to the Curling Champions Tour live production. With me is Rafael. Dan, how are you today?
I'm good. We had two pretty solid games today, so we got two in the win column. So I'm feeling good.
That's fine as a coach. I mean, you are now with the Czech Republic now for how many years?
I started August last year, so August 2012.
Okay. And before, I mean, I have seen you many times being coach for several other nations. So which one you were coaching?
My first crack at international curling actually was 2007 in Edmonton for the men's. Was with Team Dufour from France.
They're still here, yeah.
And yeah, they're still around. Lineup changes a little bit, but they're still going at it. After I coached France, I moved on to about 2.5 years with China, where I worked with pretty well most of the national teams. And then I moved on to Italy, and now with Czech Republic.
So, I mean, this is two different cultures, let's say. You come to Europe and then Asia and Europe. Tell me a little bit your experience about that.
Well, I think the biggest difference for me with working with China and working with Italy and Czech Republic that are quite similar is the fact that the Chinese are professionals. The athletes are with us from morning to night and pretty well do, whatever the coach and the bosses tell us to tell them to do, but basically they're employees. So you come over to this side of the ocean, and there's Italy and Czech Republic, and these people are not professionals. They have day jobs, they have families, children. So basically, to get in the amount of time that the Chinese put in is quite difficult.
Well, I agree with this. I mean, they have this kind of sponsorship from the country. I mean, they have much more funds to spend, and especially when it comes to the Olympic, they can probably offer more funds than, let's say, any European country, right? Now, I think very important is now this Olympic season. I mean, everybody is looking for it. So, do you have a different preparation now with your team?
Well, if we were actually already qualified for the Olympics, it would probably be a little bit different. But our goal right now is just to qualify. We have to play now in the Olympic qualifying event, which is new. There will be some teams trying to get one of two spots that are available in December in Füssen.
Yeah. I just had before the Finnish team, so they are one of them, right? Germans and I think Americans are
American,
New
Zealand,
right?
Yeah.
But okay, I mean, I have seen the very good performance of your team last year in the World Championship. So probably you're going to be, let's say, a bit the favorite of it.
Well, I hope it doesn't put. I don't think it has put any pressure on the guys. The guys are just going about their work as they normally would. They know full well that they probably had a chance to qualify outright, but now we have to go to this qualifying event, and I think they'll do well.
Okay. Tell me a little bit, I mean, when you follow a game, let's say, and it happens to you that you would say, they do now something which actually we never have discussed about it. It happens like that?
Well, it doesn't happen very often. I mean, there are situations where I will ask them after the game, like, what are you thinking? But the weird part is they actually come up with a pretty brilliant answer. Whether it's correct or not, is a matter of opinion. But yeah, it does happen, sure.
Because I think this is interesting that, let's say, there are the people playing and actually there's the coach just looking, and then it's obvious that they will not follow all the time what actually was maybe in the theory, in the training, right? I mean, there's all the time maybe special situations or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of situations that can arise, but in the way of people sitting behind the glass. It's basically myself with a camera and my iPad, and basically that's what we work with. Other countries are a little more resourceful and have 2 or 3 people with cameras and different programs and things that they can use for their teams, but we get by with what we have, and the guys are quite happy with it.
Last question then. When you would like to choose which team you would like to coach?
In what way? Which country?
Country,
Which
country.
Wow, that would be an easy one. That would be Canada. But no, there's a lot of really good coaches in Canada. I mean, we see them now. They're starting to coach all over the world. I mean, just today I saw four different coaches, all Canadian or ex-Canadians. So, yeah, it would be a dream for me to probably coach a Canadian team. But right now, I'm pretty happy to do what I'm doing. It's actually quite gratifying to take a team like Czech Republic and the situation that they're in, which is not really top of the heap team, and bring them out and bring the best and see what they can do. Yeah.
I mean, you would be probably under pressure with the Canadian team, because every year you must a minimum
perform. Yeah.
Championship.
Well, I mean, I went through that with China also, so
yeah, that's true.
you can't really have much more pressure than that. So
yeah. Well then, very nice to meet you, and
Thank you.
Now I wish you good luck for the qualifying, and I like to see you really in Sochi, right? So
Sure.
Your team must be there.
Thank you.
Okay.
And keep up the good work with Laula.
Thank you very much.